Welcome everyone to episode 5 of the Ottawa Senators Franchise Mode here live on Twitch. Thank you for everyone getting in on Twitch this evening. If you want to watch live yourself, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. But for everyone watching on YouTube, welcome aboard. Last episode, the 2022 playoffs was one of, if not the greatest playoff runs in my history of Franchise Mode. In year number 2, after finishing last place in year number 1, the Ottawa Senators went on a run that included a Game 7 victory over the Maple Leafs, a sweep of the Buffalo Sabres, 5 games against the Carolina Hurricanes, and a 7-game thriller in the Stanley Cup Finals against the Dallas Stars that resulted in an overtime game-winning hat-trick clinching goal from Nick Foligno, 3-2 victory, all 3 goals coming from the prodigal son Nick Foligno. The comments in the YouTube video were blowing up, even for Patrick Marleau, of course, we have to say, about coming in for Alex Ovechkin. You think, oh, Alex Ovechkin's on your team, it's easy to win. Oh, sorry, exited out. Well, we had a playoff-ending injury for Mr. Ovechkin, which saw him, he was already on a great pace, 17 points in 15 games, but he had to go out. Patrick Marleau came in. He was already kind of in, but he got promoted up to that first line. 11 points in 17 games. Boomba left a comment in the last one. They say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy a contract for Patrick Marleau. So, it can buy happiness. There are a lot of other good comments for Nick Foligno. Scott saying, Nick Foligno will never have to pay for a drink in Ottawa ever again in his life. Mike commenting, hey brother, what an insane finish. I have to say that I love your reactions and commentary. It's gold. Big reason why I started following you to begin with. Love the outcome. Looked like Gus was going to fold, and then he clamped down. So Philip Gustafson coming in for Matt Murray, who was starting to struggle, and he had insane numbers as well. Foligno is clutch. Love the series. What an insane episode. A lot of on the edge of your seat moments. Can't wait for the next one. Thanks, Data. Well, thank you, Mike. Colin saying that Marleau has become a legend. Foligno becomes a local hero. Gus the Bus. Bold changes in the final game as well. We made some line changes in Game 7 that ended up working out. Yanni saying legendary Game 7 OT decision. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Michael saying start from the bottom, now we're here. Start from the bottom, now the whole team here. I agree, the greatest story ever told. Excited for the team and for you. Apple saying, what a run, what a scene. Senators went from being one of the worst to Stanley Cup champions in just a couple seasons. GM Data does it once again. Couldn't have done it without all of you, though. Other comments. Scott Graham had another good comment from Scott saying, 30 for 30. Those commercials, those What If I Told You commercials. What if I told you a former castaway would one day become a city's greatest hero? I could just see the Nick Foligno comments, commercials. That would just be amazing. Thanks to other comments as well. Much appreciated. I'm glad to see that everyone was enjoying the ride and just really excited for a really fun time. But now we come to the off-season. After the Cup celebrations come to an end, we go back to work Monday morning, and we say, how are we going to keep this team as a competitor heading into our 3rd season? Now, heading into year number 3, we do not have a lot of money at all. If we want to extend anybody, we have $1.317 million in extension, and the expiring players on our team include the prodigal son himself, Nick Foligno, Patrick Marleau, Helm, Norris, Zub, Bowie, Mathot, blah, blah, blah. So probably we'll let Helm go for sure. I'm pretty sure, Mathot, and Bennett, we're going to let go for sure, AHL people. But it's more, we got to find some money somewhere in the system to hopefully try and keep Nick Foligno if possible. And that may just come from trading away Matt Murray. He had a great regular season for us. I would have no problem turning to him again for year number 3 after having a great season right here. But we have Philip Gustafson, who just went on an insane run. He's getting paid $4.125 for a lot of seasons still. So Matt Murray, he has 2 more seasons right here at $6.250. So trading him at the draft would be a huge, huge help. I don't believe there are any real suggestions for this episode. As, usually after the playoffs, a cup championship like that, it's just a lot of excitement. Yeah, we're going to try to trade Murray. Yeah, the bot just went. We're going to try and trade Murray at the draft, I believe. So anyways, at the draft itself, on our draft board here, our picks, see, we were pretty prudent in our picks here. We traded a lot of picks, but we still have a lot of them. We have a first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and 3 sevenths. So we could use those picks to make some trades, or we could just make those selections. Our first selection will be our own, so it should be pick 31. I'm not sure why it's telling me 25, 23, 24 right there. We could try and trade up, as there are some very good prospects in the top 5. We don't have much to trade up with, unfortunately, but we will head into the draft and check that out. Like, let's say, yeah, let's look at the draft class. Looking at the draft class here, a lot of medium elites right off the bat. Jay Grossman, a sniper, NHL ready, and has A+ shooting. That's a 90s 5-star shooting right away. Playmaker, two-way forward. Well, of course, Lambert and Wright are both real. Eklund, a power forward center, 17 years of age, who's NHL ready. That would be insane, actually. That would be really crazy. Henrik Eklund would be amazing. I would love to trade up for Eklund. Two-way forward, defensive defenseman. Yeah, I think that's my goal. Eklund would be my number 1. Defense, I don't know if we really need defense. We have Shabbat, we have Brandstrom, we have Hamilton, and then we also have Mike Hewitt, who we drafted 5th overall last season. Lunchbox, going well. Doing well, and it's going well. Hope it's all the same over on your end. So I would love to try and trade up as much as possible. Eklund, a power forward center at 17 years of age. Well, before we can get into the draft, we have to sim to the draft. After last episode, we called it a day. Could Patrick Marleau be retiring after a cup? Very may well be doing so. Let's see what is going to happen heading up to the draft. Stanley Cup Champions, Ottawa Senators, Calder Cup, Binnington Devils. So after that, we'll also check out retirements and awards, all of that, as we didn't get a chance to before. LA going from 4 to 1, Montreal staying at 2, Detroit jumping from 12 to 3. That's good. Usually when a team jumps up, they're more open to trading the pick. Anaheim dropping from 1 to 4. That's brutal. What else do we got here? Centrals, yeah, and as well, hopefully more prospects get uncovered as we continue. There's still some more scouting to do. No problem, Lunchbox. Wonderful to hear. Retired players. Is the captain, Patrick Marleau, calling it a career after raising the Stanley Cup? Will he do so? No, he will not. Jason Spezza calls it a career. 998 points. Too shy of the 1,000-point mark in 1,272 games. Kessler, UC Jokinen, legend. Bozak, Matt Molson, Arena, Soderberg, Bernier, Stahl, Gerby, Polak. Great names in here. Great names. Wow. Goaltending, maybe like Hannu Toivonen's in here. No, Victor Faust. Wow. Look at that. All right, so Marleau's coming back. He is coming back. Pat, welcome in. Any Belleville Senators? Raimo retired. And Hugo Moreau, he retired. Yeah, that guy was young, but okay. And now here we are at the draft. So let's look back at the draft class. Was there any more development in the scouting? Yeah, I think a little bit. I think maybe not much, but I think there's some one bar guys who are now maybe two bar guys. We sort by potential. 2-bar high elite. Okay, all right. We'll see when we get into the draft. We'll see how long the draft takes us. You're probably gonna be a big chunk of this episode. So, NHL entry draft. Let's hop in, my friends. Let's do it and see. Are there any teams that want to trade their picks? Please tell me that 1, 2, or 3. No, this is not going to be easy. But from a storyline perspective, trading for the 3rd pick would be the most realistic since they jumped up from 12 to 3. Okay, what can we try and trade to the Red Wings to get that power forward center? Matt Murray has like no value, so probably not worth trying to even put him in the deal. We could definitely give him the 31st pick. We picked 34 with the Rangers, so it's not a big deal. We can give them pick number 31. I'd even throw in, let's say, this. Let's just throw in a bunch of picks, and then we'll throw in a prospect after that. Ovechkin. No. Ovechkin just won the Art Ross and the Rocket Richard. And then what prospect would we throw in? We do have Antonio Stranges in the system, but I like him a lot. Logan Brown is good. He's going to be our 3rd-line center probably this season. Probably Gamble will be more the 4th-line center. Formenton, we want him in the lineup. Maybe Greg Grieg, whatever this guy. Ridley. He was a 1st-round pick. He's a grinder, which would be great for the 4th line moving forward. But unless you have 3 grinders on that 4th line, I'm not totally sure. So I'm okay with including him in the deal. This is no chance getting accepted, but I just want to see what kind of things they're telling me. The value isn't where it needs to be at all. So that's where, okay, let's take out the 5th and the 6th, and let's start working from there. Who else can we have? Not really any rookies, to be honest. We don't really have any rights of players that are good to trade away. Brady Tkachuk up to an 89 overall. Sheesh. Jake Sanderson, we want to keep him on the team most likely. DeBrusk up to an 84, and with good growth from him as well. Any other growth from players here? 94 for Ovechkin, good. Stützle 86, Shabbat 90. My favorite Pandas in the chat. Welcome in, Tornado. Great to see him. Josh Norris, perhaps. Because Norris with the medium top 6 is great, but he needs an extension. And I don't know if there's a lot of room for him on this team. I don't want to trade him, but we'll see how close that helps us out in making this happen. Just want to see, for example, we throw in another 5th round pick. What do you say here, Detroit? Still not anywhere where it needs to be. It may be pretty impossible to get this to happen. 2/3 perhaps? No. So even with a first, 2/3, Greg and Norris, we are not in the right ballpark. No, depth forward is not going to add. We need to have a lot more content. Yes, Wes, welcome in. This is when Wes has to get in, the off-season episodes. Great to see you. I know you're going to enjoy this one. Next year's first. I don't know if I want to trade next year's first. That's a big commitment. I'd throw in next year's second, and it's still woefully insufficient. And what if I throw in Josh Norris now? I never really wanted to trade Josh Norris, but he has... maybe Batherson's the better one to move. Nah, probably not. Let's try Norris here. Let's try Norris. We're still woefully insufficient. With a first, a second, a third, and 2 prospects. We're not even close. So that's not going to go well. Let's see. Who do the Kings take? It is Grossman, the medium elite, 81 overall, right wing sniper. Okay, we're still going to try to work on this, but... my hopes are not high. If I traded Logan Couture, then Gambrel becomes the second line center. That's pushing it. I don't know if I really want to trade Couture right now. He'll move eventually, but I don't think his time has come yet. Colin White is up to an 85 overall. It's because he'll be on the 3rd line. Would that be burying him? The 3rd line next season is probably White, Brown, and Formenton. And that leaves Gambrel, Norris, and Batherson for the 4th line. And I don't think that's good for Batherson or Norris. So if I traded those 2 prospects, I know this is going to kill some Ottawa Senators fans, but they're not who they are in the real world over here. So Batherson, Norris, and the 31st overall selection. You throw in a 3rd and, I don't know, let's throw in 2/3 and just see how close that gets us here. Not at all where it needs to be. First, and let's say 50th overall. I think this would probably be my final offer here, my friends. Drake Batherson, Josh Norris, the 31st overall selection, the 50th overall selection, and our 2nd round pick next season in exchange for trading up to the 3rd overall pick. I think this will be my final offer, unless we could... No, this is the final offer. If they say sweeten it just a touch, we can work on it. But if we're really far away, this is it. Propose isn't where it needs to be at all compared to what we are being asked to give up. Not gonna happen. So our next option becomes the Anaheim Ducks. They dropped from 1 to 4, but if we give them good prospects and picks in return, maybe it makes sense for them. Let's see what they're thinking. So again, I would do the same offer as I gave for the 3rd overall pick. 31st, actually I'll do not as sweet, but it's a pretty good offer here. Not at all where it needs to be. So then the final offer would be adding the 50th overall selection. A first, 2 seconds, Norris and Batherson, and woefully insufficient. So it's just not going to happen. As good as that prospect is, it's just impossible to make it happen here. So the Canadians will go ahead and take Shane Wright, medium elite playmaker. The Red Wings go ahead and select Lambert, medium elite. Hold on, who's slipping over here? So that Wright and okay, no, it is Eklund. Okay, no one's slipping. So yeah. This guy's 6'5", 2-way forward. This guy's huge. Similar to Jonathan Toews and NHL ready. Not bad at all. But again, if they don't want to trade, it's the first pick that they want to trade is the 7th overall pick. So I have to say who's around at 7. So it really hurts, but let's see what Eklund is. He is 79 overall, medium elite power forward. Probably 5-star shooting, 4.5-star shooting. That's an amazing prospect. But it makes sense why teams didn't want to trade their picks, because that is such a good prospect. That hurts. Rangers select Johansson, 76 overall, medium elite. And actually, I won't sim it yet. It's between these two now. So if we were to trade up for the pick, we'd be able to get Mika Sikola, or no, he'll probably go. So we'd probably be able to get Matthew Savoie or Bruce Malhy. No, I'm not going to take him. Nathan Gaucher, no. So it would just be for Matthew Savoie if we were to trade up to get him. I think he's a playmaker. I forget if he's a playmaker or a two-way forward. But I don't know if I really want Matthew Savoie. It would cost a lot to trade up for Matthew Savoie. I'm not sure if I'm really down. Yeah, Savoie's a playmaker. It wouldn't be bad to get a medium elite playmaker at 7th overall. Let's just think about it. Let's say I give you, but they don't even want the 31st overall pick. I give you 31, 81, 155, 159. I just have a lot of picks here. Is that even close? Doesn't match our block. The value's not up to snuff. So I'll throw in Norris. And this would probably be the final offer. So Josh Norris, as much as it hurts to lose him, we get a medium elite playmaking center. We trade up from 31, and we dump a 3rd, a 5th, and a 6th. Maybe we don't even need to dump the 3rd. Norris has a lot of value. I prefer to keep the 3rd if possible. And I'll just give you another 5th instead. Hold on, how close are we with this? Doesn't meet the block particularly well. Okay, at least I tried. So, okay, I'll give you 81. We still have the Rangers pick. And still, yeah, quite far off in value. That's not what I like to hear. Final offer then would be 2/3. We have 2 seconds, so I think we can afford it. I would give the 31st overall selection, along with 78 and 81, and Josh Norris to be able to draft Matthew Savoie. Canucks say quite far off in value. I'll add a 5th, and then that's the final offer. So this may have been all for nothing. Add the 5th round pick. And the answer is, we aren't all that interested. It's quite close to fair value, but we're not all that interested. So I'd have to throw in a 2nd round pick. So I don't want to give a 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd, and a 5th, and Josh Norris for 7th. So it was not meant to be. The stars were not aligned. And Sikola goes to the Blue Jackets, and then the Canucks take Savoie, 74 overall, medium elite. The Coyotes take Malhy, medium top 6. Gaucher, medium top 6, and the Capitals take medium top 6 Bergqvist. Now the Predators pick. Predators. This guy could be elite. He has 2 bars medium elite, 1 goal, 1 assist, and 8+ competition. He's 2 years away. I don't know enough about this guy to trade up for him, and we don't know really a lot about any of these guys. Landon McCallum. Is he medium top 6? Don't know enough about these guys. I like this power forward maybe. Pavel Korolev. Similar to Thomas Vanek, but 4 years away. That's a big project. Guaranteed medium top 6 here. Nicholas Nilsson. Sean Monahan, and 1 year away. Playmaking center. So I think Nicholas Nilsson could be a guy that we'd go for then. At pick 28. Pick 28. So let's try to trade for pick 26 then with an Eastern Conference team. Let's say I'll trade you 31 for 26. That'll be what we do. 31 for 26. And then to make it worth your while, I throw in 155, 163, and 217. How about that? Just to move up a few selections. This is probably more than enough. Yeah, this is more than enough. This is a nice, fair deal. Trade accepted. Oh, I forgot. We're an Eastern Conference team. I should have traded with the Jets, not the Sabres. But it's okay. It's just picks. It's not a player. Thank you very much, Buffalo. I think that's a very fair deal. We'll sim to pick number 26, and we'll try to, we will take that player at 26. Who else went over here? Yeah, he was a medium top 6 grinder. Heater, there he is. Nyquist, McCallum, medium top 6. Yeah, all medium top 4 Ds and medium top 6 forwards. Medium top 9 forwards. Yikes. So, with the 26th overall selection in the 2022 NHL entry draft, the Ottawa Senators are very proud to select from the Malmo Redhawks of the SHL, Nicholas Nilsson. Medium top 6, 73 overall. Nice. I love that selection. Beautiful. Playmaking centerman who is going to be in our 2nd, 3rd line role in the future, no doubt. That is lovely. Just what we wanted to see. Great stuff. Alrighty. Nicholas Nilsson. Better than a lot of these other prospects that just went. And we are happy with that, and we'll go ahead and sim up to pick 34. That's great for a late 1st round pick. Totally okay with that. After him went medium top 4D, Harrison, Mendez, so he was a playmaker, this guy. Medium top 6, medium top 6, medium top 6D, medium top 9 forward. Yikes. Let's see. 2nd round, 34th overall selection now. We don't want to take anyone with a face, that's for sure. So it comes down to, we don't want to be taking Zilkin or maybe Vidacek. He's 18 now, probably not. Josephson, Datsuk, Jacobs. I'm not really sold on really any of these guys at this point. I'd probably trade down. Maybe, yeah, our next pick's a little bit more interesting. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to go ahead and trade this pick because if we can offer a trade to a team, find it. Let's take a timeout. This is a good point to trade Matt Murray at. Because if we can package Matt Murray with the 34th overall selection, which has a lot of value, we could find some decent offers. Murray alone would get barely anything. Yeah, we get a 7th. Yeah, we get 7th round picks over here. But Matt Murray and the 34th overall selection. Oh my goodness. Go back. These menus. Try it again. Matt Murray and the 34th overall selection. That gets, okay, you can get Craig Smith and a 4th. Not really interested in that. What if I throw in the 50th? No trades found. Yeah, so I'd have to do some of my own due diligence here. I'd have to scour the NHL for some prospects, which I'm okay with doing. Let's look through the NHL at some of the prospects that are around that we could get for a second round selection. If we go for the fine trade, just for the second round pick, first of all, classic NHL menus, Wes understands. What kind of prospects would we get offered for this? Okay, we can get a 2nd, a 5th, and Ron Hainsey. Smith and a 4th, a 2nd and a 4th from the Hawks. No, I don't really want picks. That's the thing. John Moore, Evan Rodriguez, bit more interesting. Brendan Dillon, no prospects. What if I said the 34th and the 50th? How about this? Come on, again, 2 seconds and Ron Hainsey? No. All right, so we'll have to do research ourselves. Can we go to player search? I don't think you can do player search, eh? Sim option, no. That's brutal. I have to just start going through teams' prospects here. So let's see, rookie skaters sorting by trade value. Eklund, look at that trade value. Perreault, Jacob Perreault, 27th overall selection, a sniper. Wouldn't be bad to get a real guy like Perreault. I'd like a good story kind of thing like that. So Jacob Perreault is an option. Malhy just got drafted. Bruins, Brant Clark, Zachary Leroux, Heatley, who just got drafted. Who else do we have over here? Jack Quinn. He's on the block. Ooh, Jack Quinn on the block. And he played on the Ottawa 67s. Oh, that's a good story. That is a good story. And he might fit the second line long term. Oh, baby. I don't like those puck skills. I know the discipline boosts his overall a little bit. But he is on the block. So Jack Quinn is my leading option at this moment, I think. Connor Zary and 76 at the age of 20. 76 at the age of 20. Ratty's on the block. Ooh, a lot of guys here. Ponomarev on the block. Vasily Ponomarev. He had a really good season with the Cataracts there in Shawinigan. 93.75 overall, 20 years of age. Yeah, okay, he doesn't grow much. Is that the thing? So maybe Ponomarev is my leading contender then. Seth Jarvis is here, but no, I think Ponomarev would become number 1 then. But a two-way forward. That's the scary part with chemistry, unfortunately. We'll keep looking here. Theo Rachette, Justin Barron, Martin Kaut. Too much value here. Okay, these guys. Thomas Harley on the block. Interesting. Thomas Harley, but again, two-way D. He is on the block. Cooper Domi again, sniper from France. Okay, keep that in mind. Ty Dellandrea, he's a two-way forward, correct? Yes. Brad Lambert, that's going to happen. Wallander, McIsaac, he's a two-way D. Broberg, Philip Broberg, two-way D again. Akil Thomas, Lundell's on the block. Heinemann, Serdif, Denisenko. Denisenko is interesting here. Playmaking, left/right wing, medium top 6 potential at 80 overall. I like Denisenko. 2 years left on that deal. Not on the block, but enough value that we could get him. He'd be NHL, but there's not a lot of room for an NHL. That's why I was looking at more prospects, because he'd be in the same Batherson situation. The third line this next year is probably going to be Formenton, Brown, and White. So it doesn't leave a lot of room for Denisenko. You know, where does Denisenko go? Keep that in mind. I'd prefer someone a bit... yeah? Oh, that's tempting. That is really tempting. Yeah, we'll check every team. What kind of stats has he had? He had 52 points in the AHL. We'll keep looking here. Arthur Kaliev, always a great guy. Good sniper. I like Arthur Kaliev a lot. He's also on the block, which makes him tempting. Marco Rossi. We know how good Marco Rossi is, right? Over in the in the Minnesota Wild franchise mode. Another Ottawa 67 star. Marco Rossi, that is an interesting option right there. Boy, oh boy. Who else do we have? Caden Gooley. This guy Varlamov. Maxim Varlamov. Oof, power forward. Fits the third line. Power forward. Played in Laval. Scored 26 points. A first-round selection. Not good senses and not good puck skills. It turns me off a little bit. Tomasino, Krimkovich. No. Bodie Wild, no. Schneider's on the block here. Braden Schneider, two-way D. Don't like those numbers. Matthew Robertson. Cam York. He's a created player that we have. Two-way D again. Samuel Poulain. Two-way for all these two-way forwards. Herdina, of course, franchise. Rossi's up there. Voinov, who's this guy? Valery Voinov, grinder now. Oh yeah, Denisenko grew to an 87. Oh, that's really tempting. That's between Denisenko and Rossi, I think, in my mind. Denisenko and Rossi. Nick Robertson, also a good prospect. A playmaker with the Maple Leafs. Fits the first line chemistry fully, it seems to be. Mirov, he's an undrafted. Yeah, we created him. So Nick Robertson is also interesting. Nick Robertson, Marco Rossi, or Grigory Denisenko. Sillinger. Oh, Peyton Krebs on the block here. He's on the block as a playmaker. Good defensive categories. I like Peyton Krebs a lot. 77 overall at 21. Not bad at all. Capitals, McMichael. Two-way forward, Hendrix Lapierre. And then that's pretty much it. Yep. So this is where the assistant GMs come in, my friends. Rossio Grove, I think. Let's try something different. So let's forget Rossi then, since we have him in Minnesota. It's between it's between Nick Robertson and Grigory Denisenko, I think. Nick Robertson, 78 overall, 20 years of age, medium top 6 playmaker. And then over on the Panthers, we have Denisenko. But the problem with Denisenko is that we don't know where to play him. Kind of the same with Robertson. No problem, legend. The problem with Denisenko is that I don't know where we play him. If we get Denisenko, maybe we have to trade Colin White. Because where is Colin White going to go? He becomes like a fourth liner. I don't know if I want him on the fourth line, right? Colin White. He's making $4.7 million. He's an 85 overall. He should be playing higher than that. Yeah, I have no problem trading Norris. It's the problem that it's just where would he play. You know what? Let's wait and see what we do with White. Let's try and trade for Denisenko, and we'll figure out after that. Let's get the player, and then once we'll see we'll deal with the problem when it comes at the start of the season. So they'll be over the max salary. It's okay. I'll just take an expiring deal. All right. So Matt Murray and the 34th overall selection for Denisenko, Strawman, and Connolly. What are they thinking? Trade accepted. On behalf of the Florida Panthers organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice just like that. So if you're just joining the stream, Grigory Denisenko, welcome to the Ottawa Senators, as we just traded the 34th overall selection and Matt Murray. Matt Murray, thank you for your service here in Ottawa. We got you the Stanley Cup, but we're rolling with Gus moving forward, and we appreciate all that you've done for this team, but we wish you the best over in Florida. The Panthers go ahead and select a medium top 9 forward. Yikes. So let's go to pick 50 then. That's when our next pick is in the second round. It doesn't look like there's been really anything good in this round. Medium top 9, medium top 6D, all medium top. There's a medium top 4 forward. Defensive defenseman. Low top 6, low top 6. Yeah, nothing really special. Again, I'm not opposed to trading this pick again because it doesn't look like there's been good prospects. David Juracek 18 years old, two-way D, 4 years away. Not really interested in that. Ricardo Dica. I like Ricardo Dica's stats. I don't want to jam up the prospect pool, though, as well. That's the thing. That's the scary part. That's the thing I would be careful in franchise mode. You start cheesing the system too much with picks for prospects, you have 1,080,000 overalls, 81 medium top 6 overalls in the AHL after a few years. That's not what we want to do. So if we were the Ottawa Senators, we'd probably make this pick. It's just that I'm more thinking I want to trade down. Not that I want to trade it away. I just want to trade down. Medium starter. Maybe a goalie. Yeah, goalie for the system wouldn't be a bad idea. We have no really good goalies aside from... We have, yeah, I know we have Sogard and guys like that, but I'm saying like an elite guy. This guy Sanford has 2 bars high elite. Maybe he's something we want to think about. So that would be at pick like 81. So trade 50 for 81. And then I think the high elite guy is probably the better. Hold on, let me look at this again. Hold on, now I'm second guessing myself. So this 2-bar medium starter and 58th, 5 years away. Sanford also 5 years away. But oh, look with that, with 13 shutouts. Sheesh. Hacken had good numbers though for an A competition. Sanford's competition is D. 13 shutouts over there. Yeah, I'm going to go for Sanford. Let's trade for pick like 80, which would be what? Round 3 pick 1 is 63, so we still have like 20 more picks from there. Like round 3 pick 15 or something. Let's trade with the Flames this time. We'll just trade up a little bit. So we'll get to keep our pick as well at 78. So I trade 50 in exchange for 76. And for me doing the Flames a favor, they give me a 3rd and a 4th next season. That sound pretty fair to you, Calgary? No, it doesn't meet the block particularly well. Okay, it's okay. We're just thinking. We're just talking out loud here. Actually, you know what? I do want a 2nd round pick next season. And I'll give you a 3rd. How about that? Would that be crazy? Wonderful. Thank you so much, Calgary. We get your 3rd round pick now, and we get your 2nd round pick next season. And all we have, so basically we swapped our 3rd next season for a 2nd next season, and we get to move down and pick the guy that we wanted. The Flames go ahead and select a medium top 6D defenseman, Junk, and we'll go take, no thank you, Boston. Sanford, yeah, the offensive defenseman just went here. Yikes, medium 7th D, yeah, this is not a strong... Bottom 6 forwards are going? Yeah, this is good time to trade. Beautiful. So we'll go ahead and select with the 76th overall selection. The Ottawa Senators are proud to select from the U.S. development system, Lucas Sanford. Welcome. He is high starter. Wonderful. High starter is great. Just like Maxim Morozov in the Wild franchise mode. Not elite, but high starter is wonderful when it comes to growth. That high will make him grow. Where'd that other goalie end up going? Deco is medium top 9. What was his name? Hacken. He was medium starter. Ooh, look at that. So we get high starter. That was a better choice then. And we get him a lot later. And he's a 57 overall at the age of 19. Very good pick in my opinion. Go to pick 78 here. The Panthers take a medium top 9 forward. So I think it's a pretty obvious pick here. 2 bars low elite, but 3 bars low top 6. I think I'd probably go for Matthias Nemec. 4 years away. Per Holmström, 4 years away. Weaknesses. Yeah, definitely a project for sure, but I'm okay with putting a guy like that in the pipeline. Let's just go for the potential here. I'm going to go ahead and select from a crazy name in the Extra Liga, Matthias Nemec. Low top 9, 2-way forward. 59 overall, not the worst thing comparatively with the rest of this draft class. But, I'm not really interested in making a lot more. Again, I have to make a pick. I'm not really interested in any of these guys. Holmstrom's still here. Fedoruk, Wayne Orr. Look at this. Wayne Orr. Wayne Gretzky and Bobby Orr. Put them together, you get Wayne Orr. That's a great name. That is a great, great name. It is slim pickings. We got Isaiah Black. We could try for another shot at a goalie. 3 bars low top 6. Maddox Huey. I pick like 105. And then there's also this guy. Medium top 6 around 107. So I'm down to trade down again. Let's trade again. Let's go to the 4th round against the Islanders. To the Islanders. 94th overall. Whatever. Rejected. Sweeten it just a touch. Okay, so I'll switch a 7th for a 5th next season. There you go. I'll give you Minnesota's. So great. We swap a 7th for a 5th. Thank you very much, Lou Lamoriello. Sim to pick 94. We'll scroll down a little bit, and we'll take... I don't know about getting another goalie. We could try for blind. Nah, I don't know. Let's just go for Maddox Yui. I like a big playmaker like him. Is he, what is that, Austrian or Polish? Let's go Maddox Yui. He is low top 9, 59 overall playmaker. Not the worst in this draft. 154th overall now. Really not a lot of stuff on these prospects. Guaranteed medium backup. That's not bad. A guaranteed medium backup? Yeah, let's do it. Guaranteed medium backup. Not bad for a 154th overall. 57 overall. Nice. Pick 157. Sorry, 159. Don't think I have anyone to select with. I'll probably just go by potential at this point. 2 bars, medium elite, Cameron Park. Let's just take a shot. Let's just take a wild guess. Medium bottom 6. Great. I'm going to trade this pick for the Canadian 7th next season. I don't want to make this pick. There's nothing left in here. I'll give you this 7th and this 7th. And you give me... how about a 6th next season? Could I do that? Trade accepted. Likely. Yes, like the Energizer Bunny, never stopping. That's very true, Narf. Thank you, Montreal. Merci, Monsieur Bergevin. We got a 6th round pick next season, and the draft is complete. Nilsson, Sanford, Nemec, Yui, Reinhardt, and Park. That is the 2022 draft class. Not bad at all. We got Matt Murray off the books. We got Grigory Denisenko in the system, and we can sim to the re-sign phase. Got to re-sign these coaches. Yeah, may as well. We had good times with Belleville. Let's re-sign these guys. They want to be the head coach. Yeah, you can... No, forget it. That's not going to give you the head coach. Yeah, not a bad draft for no scouting. This guy wants to be the head coach again. Okay, you know what? Let both these guys walk, and I'll pick you up on July 1st. These guys want to be the head coach. I just got to re-sign these scouts quickly. So give me a moment to do that. All expiring. Let's get the calculator out. So we have $7.617 million in cap space. Nick Foligno, we have to try and re-sign him for sure. But hold on. First, we can go ahead and let go of Anton Stralman right away. What is Anton Stralman? No, he's a two-way D. No, we can't afford to keep Anton Stralman. And we can't afford to keep... Where is he? Who we also traded for. Was it Brett Connolly? Why can't I let him go, though? He doesn't have a contract. And I can't sign him. Okay, that's broken. But whatever. Don't need that. Nick Foligno does not want to re-sign, but we want to bring him back. He wants 1 year, $2.4 million. Yikes. I'm thinking we probably let him walk to free agency and then sign him after. Because if he doesn't want to re-sign, it'll cost like 2.5. But if we let him go to free agency and then we offer him a contract, when no one's offering him a contract, we could probably get him for around closer to 2. So I'm going to let Foligno go, but I'm going to, with the intention of trying to send him an offer on July 1st. Patrick Marleau, he wants to resign. He's 42. He wants $1.2 million. I think we can definitely re-sign Marleau. At the very least, he can just be depth. So 1.2, 85% of that is 1.02. So we can offer him 1.05 for $1 million and see what he says to that. The captain who raised the cup. Josh Norris, we want him to grow. We want him on this team, but it's difficult. If I give him a 1-year deal for now, let's just go 2-way, 3 years at $1 million. Why can't I go 0.950? Let's try that. See if he accepts it. Yeah, he'll be AHL potential by then probably, or at least maybe bottom 6. Bennett, let him go. Darren Helm doesn't want to re-sign, but he got his Stanley Cup ring, so goodbye to him. Chartier's been great down in Belleville, so I'm happy to give him, another 1-year contract. Kuffner, he doesn't want to re-sign, so goodbye. Senishin, yes, we want to re-sign him. He was great in the small times that we saw him. 2 years, give him as an RFA, give him a .950 deal. Pekka, he's been really good for chemistry as well, so we'll give him a 1-year deal. Logan Shaw, captain of the Belleville Senators. Logan Shaw, 2-way forward. What's he really been doing? Yeah, everyone gets destroyed by McDavid. That's why he's the best player in the league, my friend. 16 points in 76 games. Now I'm going to let Logan Shaw go. He's almost 30 now. He was the captain down in Belleville, but we're going to let him go. Davidson, a big piece who came in the, is it the Duchesne trade? Jonathan Davidson? So, but he doesn't want to resign, so we'll just qualify him. Clark Bishop, AHL potential. Time to let go of Clark Bishop. Another guy who came in the, he came in from the Hurricanes. I forgot what deal that was. The Zingle deal? Or did he get, no, not sure. Release. And Yarventi, low top 9, 63 overall. So we'll go ahead and release him. And that's everyone else taken care of. UFAs, RFAs, and now unsigned, Mike Hewitt. He is signed. Yes? Yeah, because he played in the AHL last season. Okay, so Hewitt is signed. But I'm not going to sign anyone else, I don't think. Oh, no, he isn't. Okay, I was right. Hewitt is not signed. I didn't think he played in the AHL last season. 13 points in Liga. Defensive defenseman. He'll be in the NHL next year, and hopefully he'll continue to grow. So I'll offer him his entry-level deal right now. I don't think I'll offer a Nilsson a contract yet. And let's advance a day and see what happens here. Okay, all the scouts. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So happy to have you back on board, everyone. Yes. Okay, Norris, not really interested in the two-way offer. Okay, no problem. Pekka, yes. Marlowe, not enough. Senishin, yes. Chartier, yes. Hewitt, yes. Great. Okay, good progress. Back to all expiring. Whoa, why didn't it show me these guys before? Did I look at something wrong? I don't know. Back to RFAs. Krudel, no, can I let this guy go? And Josh Norris, I'm going to offer. He didn't want the two-way deal for that long. So I'll offer him a 3-year deal. No, I'm going to keep him a 4-year deal. Keep him as an RFA at $1 million. 4 years, not even 0.950. 4 years, 0.950 for one way. And see if he can get some growth. We can get some growth out of him. UFAs now. I guess I was just on forwards then. That must have been it. Because I don't think it would make that big of a glitch. Let's go 1 year, 1.1 for Marlowe. Madison Bowie, okay, must be it. Because Bowie, Zub, they all weren't there. Madison Bowie wants 1 year, $1 million. I don't know if I'm sold on that. Mike Riley does not want to re-sign, but I want to bring him back. That's too expensive. Mike Riley, see you later. Mark Mathot, no. Wolanin, no. Zub, yes, definitely Artem Zub. We need him to come back. 3 years? We could sign him for long term even. It's pretty. We can go. Let's go 5. I don't know, 5 years. If we ever wanted to trade him, we just could. 5 years, $5 million for Artem Zub. JT Brown has a good line fit, so I'd like to bring him back for 1 season. Nikita Nesterov is an offensive defenseman, good for the chemistry, so we'll bring him back, right? Offensive defenseman. Yes. Okay. Advance a day. Easy. Josh Brown. Yeah, he's not. Okay, too many players on the depth chart. Artem Zub's on for 5 years, $5 million. Marlowe, easy decision. Yes. Okay, so we're at 7.443 million. All expiring. Zub, get excited for Artem Zub. Madison Bowie. We don't really need to sign him to this kind of deal. It's too expensive for Madison Bowie. I'm going to let him go. What did he do in Belleville last year? Belleville. He had 18 points in 62 games. 2 games in the NHL, -3. Yeah, I'll let him go. Yeah, Madison Bowie can go. This guy thinks there's too many players at the depth chart. Not really anymore, because now there's less players in Belleville, so I need you playing Josh Brown. So I'll give you a max 2-way deal. Davidson, we just qualified him. Unsigned, we have nobody else. Okay, advance a day. This should be it. Easy decision for Josh Brown, and we are ready to go to July 1st. At July 1st, we'll check out the depth chart that we have on the team, and then see who we want to potentially target in free agency. Advance. Yeah, coaches goodbye. Actually, I should go hire these guys. Paye and Ivanans. Maybe he wants to be an AHL head coach now. Yeah, Paye wants to be an AHL head coach now, I guess. So I guess we lose him. Is the other guy not even around? You know what? Forget it, these guys. AHL associate coach, just hire whoever has good teaching. I'm not playing games. This guy has A+ teaching. Ladislav Yanis. Terrible everything else. Maybe I go for a guy maybe who's a bit better. B, coach influence, and C- teaching. No, you know what? A+ teaching. Why not? You can be the goalie coach. AHL goalie coach. There you go. AHL goalie coach for Giannis. And then for, let's see, good goalie coach with that A+. Yeah, exactly. And then for the other coaches, associate coach. This guy has a B rating for teaching. Okay, whatever. This guy can be the assistant coach. Bennington Devils are interested, so we got to offer him some cash. And then for associate coach, let's just look at who has the highest rating, maybe. They're all C minuses. So maybe who has the best coach influence, I guess. B, and then a C minus coach influence. Yeah, let's go for Sebastian. Yeah, let's go for Sebastian here. AHL associate coach. Give him 4 years. Pay him up. Okay, coaches are taken care of. Pro scout on the board. I don't know if teaching matters. You gotta find a balance. Yeah, you're right. Also, we have to hire the scouts. Just a bit of housekeeping as always. On July 1st. Hire scouts. Some A-rated scouts? Yes, we have to. Okay, we need to take our time for this because there are some good scouts. So who are we firing? This is how you get better scouts, my friends. This is how you get better scouts. AHL A-, lovely. Now I go back to my scouts. Who was WHL? C-, goodbye. Okay, that's it. Sheesh. 15 scouting offers. Thanks for hanging in there, everyone. Now we go to look at our depth. So, looking first at our forwards, sorting by overall, and we don't forget, we can actually, wait, why is Connolly on this team? He's not supposed to be here. I guess he had a 1-year extension. I guess that was it, eh? I guess so. So we can offer extensions to Denisenko. He only wants 2 years, 2.1. We could go 4 years at $3 million probably for Denisenko. And meanwhile, there's also Tim Stützle, who is seeking a $15.25 million contract. What? That's not happening. No chance. Then Alex Ovechkin is seeking 1 year, $9 million. So I'm going to let his overall drop a little bit before I offer him another contract. Dylan Gambrell, he wants $2 million. Okay, yeah, we'll deal with this another day. Forward, sorting by overall. I'm going to trade Brett Connolly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right there, including Formenton, not Connolly. And that leaves us with a depth of Marleau. Okay, that's all right. In the system, we want maybe... Josh Norris is not in that lineup, though, unfortunately. Defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's even without Artem Zub. So, or even Hewitt. So I think we're pretty stacked on defense. If anything, we need to trade away defense. We need to trade away David Savard, perhaps. I wouldn't be opposed to extending Graves. He really wants to get paid for having a really good season. So we'll wait for him as well. And goaltending is looking fine. Gustafsson currently at an 82 overall. So maybe a backup goalie could be something that we look at. Yeah, I think that's the one thing I want to look at in free agency here. A backup goalie. Because Decord and Sogard can play in the AHL. So, and unless they grow, we need a real NHL goalie. So that's pretty much the one thing I'm looking at here. Thanks. Hey, that's great, JK. I'm glad to hear that. So fine trade. Let me get rid of Brett Connolly, who had a sneaky 1-year extension on him that I didn't know about. Connolly. Anybody want to trade for Connolly? No trades found. So let's just, you know what? I'm going to trade him back. Where did we get him from? Was it the... it was the Panthers. The Panthers. Yeah, I'm trading him back to the Panthers. I don't know what you guys think you're doing over here, trying to fool me like that. I'll give you a 7th round pick. Oh, you give me a 7th round pick. And I'll give you back Brett Connolly. Get out of here. And they want him. They want Connolly. 7th round pick. Trade rejected. Come on. It's as if we added a 7th round pick to that trade we did. I'll give you a 7th in 2024. It's like as if we gave a 7th round pick in the trade that we made. Just, yeah. I think that's... oh, come on. Come on. Hey, Pasquale, welcome. Yes, having a great Thursday. I hope your Thursday is going exceptionally well over in the Arctic Circle. I guess I could give 2 7ths. Trade accepted. Yeah, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. We accept this offer. Yeah, get out of here. So I get a 7th back. So it says, yeah, I swap 7ths and then give another 7th. So to give up $3.5 million of cap, I'm okay with that. I don't need another body here. That was going to do nothing. I'm okay with dumping him. And then we see who is available in free agency. Evgeny Malkin, Morgan Rielly, Nazem Kadri, Seth Jones, John Klingberg, Johnny Gaudreau, Claude Giroux, Patrice Bergeron, Palat, Radulov, Malgin, Olofsson, Trocheck, Engvall. Wow, this is a good class. This is a good free agency class. Parayko's down there. Let's sort by potential as always. We have 9.993 million. Who wants to get signed to Jack Kopaka, who was a major piece in the Logan Couture trade, goes to free agency. With the Barracuda, had 40 points and 29 the year before that. Poor guy. Good old Jack. Not really anyone with potential. Heponiemi, actually. That's Alexei Heponiemi. That's not a bad pick at all. Is he a UFA? No, he's an RFA. No, is he? Hold on. Yeah, he's a UFA. Sounds good to me. I'll sort by UFAs. So, yeah, Heponiemi. I'll give you a 3-year deal. No, I'll give you a 2-year deal at 0.950. Sounds good to me. UFAs. Yeah, UFAs. Some youth? Not really. That's pretty much it. Heponiemi. Now, let's sort by overall, and let's look at the goaltending situation. Okay, lots of good goalies here. Thatcher Demko as a UFA. Yeah, that's a steal for Heponiemi. Marc-Andre Fleury is out here. It really depends a lot on what is going to happen with Gus. Because if he starts to falter as an 82 overall, we need someone reliable who we can turn to. I'm not really down to turn to, like, scroll down. I'm not down to turn to Carter Hutton or something if things start to go wrong, right? And, yes, I see you, Slim. Thank you. I'm not really down to turn to someone like that. So I'd rather turn to someone who's a bit more reliable. When I look at these names, I don't really want someone who's going to be young and playing to grow and, like, because Kakinen is medium starter. He's still only 25. I don't want to have 2 young goalies. When I want to say, Gus, I really want you to have a lot of ice time this season. I'm actually thinking Marc-Andre Fleury. We sign him to a 2-year deal. He starts to regress, but he moves into we split the crease this season, and then he's a backup the year after. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Holtby he's a really cheap option. But he simulates horribly. I don't think I'm down to trust Braden Holtby. Like, even in just 25 games, he was 9-11-2 here. He just simulates absolutely horribly. I cannot trust Braden Holtby. If there was anyone else, maybe Mikko Koskinen, but he only wants 1 year. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to sign 2 young goalies, because Kakinen wants a 4-year deal and a team that he can stick with. I just want someone for 2 years. Marc-Andre Fleury is that guy who wants 2 years. So it's between pretty much Fleury, maybe even Dreiger, who's only wanting 2 years at 1.7. He's an 83 overall with starter potential. You know, good numbers. Marc-Andre Fleury, though, I just love the flower. And he'll likely drop off by next season. Tough number. He was with LA. Oh, poor guy with LA. Fleury easy, says Legend. So Fleury, although he's an 86, he's going to start dropping off. So do we have the green light for Fleury, or do we go for Dreiger? Fleury has all the pranks, great locker room guy, very true. Personally, my vote is more for Flower, but if everyone thinks that Dreiger is the move, then we'll go for him. True, he has the poise as well, Fleury. He has the poise as well. Could be a good mentor for Philip Gustafsson, because guys like Smith are just a bit too old. I don't want them to drop off before the season even starts, right? Character guy. That's true, eh? Character guy. Reimer has at 34 with starter potential. Hold on. Fleury he also has starter potential. That's true. Okay, starter potential. Reimer's a good guy as well, and you saw him simulate well with the Hurricanes. JK says Flower. Legend says Flower. A lot of votes for the character guys. Reimer with the 85 poise. Really? Let's get those votes in, my friends. 17 of you watching. I'd love to hear from you. Who are we thinking? Someone to split the crease with Gus this season and transition into a backup the year after. Flower will be good with Gus for sure. Go with me. No, Mark, welcome aboard. We already traded away Murray. Fleury's an absolute stud. Just go with whoever has the highest numbers at a 1 year. No, we don't want to do 1 year, though, because we want to do 2 years as someone who splits the crease now and transitions to a backup the year after. Marc-Andre Fleury would be a 2-year deal at probably $4 million. Dredger would be 2 years at a lot cheaper. The thing is, I don't like that Reimer's already an 83. In 2 seasons, he's going to be a 78 maybe. Meanwhile, Fleury could be maybe like an 84 when the season starts, and maybe like an 81 by the next year, you know? I think Fleury makes the most sense. I'm going to offer him a bit of a cheaper contract. If he signs it, he signs it, and if he doesn't, we go for a different option. So I'm going to give him 2 years at 3.850 to split the crease with Philip Gustafsson this season and transition to a backup next season. Because by the time the season rolls around, I think he'll be closer to an 84 overall. Gus may grow himself to an 84 overall. Marc-Andre Fleury, if he signs it, great. If not, we come back over here and we look at the other options. We love the character. Pierre Dorion is still, an advisor. So I took his advice. Let's go back to the UFAs here. Okay. So we still would have around $5 million, I'd say. Get Flower and trade for Murray back. Imagine? That would be crazy. We still have around $5 million to spend. So, yeah, Malkin, that's way too expensive, unfortunately. And where would he play? But that would be nice. Malkin, he fits the second line. Morgan Riley's here. John Klingberg as an offensive defenseman would be great, but we already have Dougie Hamilton. Johnny Gaudreau as a sniper is tempting. That's a cheap price tag as well. But we already have the first line pretty much locked. I don't think we have any moves to make for anything aside from the backup goalie. We could, a lot of the defense depends on the growth of Hewitt as well as Sanderson. Because if Sanderson and Hewitt both grow, David Savard's already going to be out of a job anyways, and Zub as well. So I don't need to clog up the system with even more defensemen, right? Right, but we don't have the money for that, though, Legend. We'd have to clear up about 6 or 7 million still. Let's just say in theory. Shabbat Hamilton top pair, Brandstrom Graves on the second pair, Sanderson and Hewitt on the third pair. That already makes David Savard a 7th defenseman. So, I don't think we need to sign another D-man. So David Savard an 80 overall. So we're pretty much just waiting. We're just going to see for the scouts to sign on, for what's going to happen with Marc-Andre Fleury, and then we move on. That's pretty much it for free agency here. Calais Omark, welcome to the AHL assistant coach role. And now we have 15 scouts to sign through. That's another day, get more scouts. Vladislav, welcome to the AHL. Sebastian, welcome to the AHL. Great. What the heck is this? What is this? Hey, Ottawa, can you give me your starting goalie who just won you the Stanley Cup, and a 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick, and I'll give you back a 3rd round pick? Basically, let's swap thirds. In exchange for swapping thirds, give me a 4th and the goalie that just won you the Stanley Cup. What a joke. Yeah, that's a gift horse if I ever saw one. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm talking on... Yeah, exactly. Hepanyemi, welcome to the team. That's a great pickup. 23 years of age, 79 overall, medium top 6. Love it. Thanks for letting him go. Florida. Marc-Andre Fleury, okay, goes to San Jose. That is okay. It was not meant to be. We were not going to sign him to a deal costing 4.250 or something for 2 years when he was going to regress. So it was not meant to be. He goes to San Jose. Let's see what they signed him for. Makes sense as well that he goes to a team that's really going to play him. Yeah, he's the number 1 goalie big time. 4.14. So it didn't cost much more, but this makes a lot more sense story-wise. He'd rather go, get a nice retirement spot, and he's starting goalie instead of splitting the crease. I'm okay with that. It makes a lot more sense that Fleury does that. Made every player in the Sens a two-way... Yeah, exactly, Half. Exactly. Now we go back to goalies. UFA goalies. Here we go. We're only looking at players who are in free agency. So we're looking at... So Holtby, his price has gone down. And by the way, we need to look at Nick Foligno. We totally forgot Nick Foligno over here. Is he still in free agency or did he get signed? He's still here. He wants 1 year, 1.975. Yeah, we have to re-sign Foligno. We have to. So instead of... He wanted like, what? 2.5? Now I'm going to be giving him 1 year at 1.850. There we go. Patrice Bergeron. There he is. Already, Foligno's going to be depth. We don't even need Foligno on the team, but just for what he did, we're signing him. Goalie, Sitch now. So it's pretty much comes down to Dredger I think he's the guy. I think he has to be the guy. He's young enough that he's not going to be like wanting to grow and then we're in a tough situation, but he's also not old enough that he'll regress right away. Reimer, I'm not confident in him still being an 83 in 2 seasons. We need to think 2 years away. We need to think that, let's say he has starter potential now. Let's say at the start of the season he's still an 83, maybe even 82. By the season after, where he needs to be my backup, if he's down to a 78 for the 2024 season, that's not going to go well. So I need some, that would be, he'd be 36 years of age by then. I need someone who I can rely on 2 years from now. Sensibly, we can deal Reimer this offseason to make way for our depth goalies, right? That's also true. Could be a 1 year thing. No, I don't think Fleury would regress from an 86 to a 78 as quickly as Reimer would regress. Did they really? Another prodigal son? Oh, you're kidding! Oh, then the story just fits. Kick manager, that's exactly what we got to do then. Chris Dredger, yeah, that's what we got to do then. That's a great story. Coming back to the team that drafted him, just like Nick Foligno. So James Reimer is a good option, definitely, but I like that story. I think I like that story a lot. But if the votes are for Reimer, we'll go for Reimer. It's the most, okay, we'll put it to a vote. All 18 of you, let's put it to a vote here. Are we saying Chris Dredger? I got a Dredger. I'm going with Dredger from now on. Are we saying Chris Dredger, who is a former draft pick, 2 years at 1.7, or James Reimer at 2 years, or even 1 year? Maybe we could trade him in the offseason if Decord or Sogard is ready to go. Drieger, really? Okay, perfect. Now I know. Looks like it's pretty unanimous to me. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go 2 years at 1.750. Exactly what he's asking for. That's what we'll do. So we'll try and get him as well as Nick Foligno, and then that'll be pretty much it for the offseason. I don't think we'll need to do anything else for the story. Another former draft pick that comes home. Maybe. Does he sign on? Nick Foligno, extremely happy to accept your offer. I like the idea that I'm likely to be a go-to man for your team. You better believe it, Nicky. And no, Chris! You have not offered me the dollars I feel are deserved. I gave you exactly what you asked for. Oh, Luca Toni, let's go, baby. Thank you, Carrot Kilva. But at least we got Foligno. Yeah, we could trade for Dredger. We could do that. I think that's exactly what we'll do. I think we'll probably just trade for him because goalies have no value. Let's sign Reimer, then make a trade probably. Now we have a team interested. Okay, here we go. 2 years, $2 million for James Reimer. Come on, I hate that. It's not, oh, I feel that this would be better here. I don't like the depth chart. Yeah, he signs on right away. Blah, blah, blah. It's, you haven't offered me the dollars I feel I'm worth. Bello, I gave you exactly what you asked for. Keep Reimer? It's meant to be? Now we got some opposition. Let me see. What did they sign him for? He was asking for whatever, and he got signed on for an extra $50K or something. Not even. Wasn't it 1.850? Come on, and now he signs on to be a backup. He signs on to be in a goaltending triangle. That's garbage. 2 years at 1.8 for him. So we could try and swap Reimer. Has bad blood. You offered him what he asked for, and he said nay. All right, I like the story. Let's do it. James Reimer, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. It's what was meant to be. Fleury didn't work out. Drieger didn't work out, and we're gonna sim to next season. Ready to go. Decline edge. Yeah. I'm not gonna take him when he spat in our faces. Disgusting display. Optimus Rhyme, baby. I love James Reimer. Just that I was scared about 2 seasons away if he would drop off. But if we're thinking maybe trade him away after 1 season, then let Joey Decord become backup, that's a different story. Jason Spezza, he just retired actually at the end of at the beginning of this episode and at the end of last season. You know what we never did? We never looked at the awards. We already knew about most of the awards, but we never looked at them. So let's take a moment to do that before we head into the season. Ottawa Senators Stanley Cup Champions. We love to look at that right there. We were up against the Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup Finals. And then we go to the individual awards. Alexander Ovechkin winning the Art Ross, as we already knew. Hart went to Jack Eichel. Oh, disgusting. Who's voting on these? James Norris, of course, goes to Dougie Hamilton, who had 79 points on the season. Lady Bing goes to Maddie Barzal. Calder goes to Studnicka. Really? All right. Conn Smythe to Timmy Stützle, as we know. Vezina goes to Connor Hellebuck for the 3rd consecutive season. Jennings also going there as well. Mikey Anderson gets Masterton. Jack Adams goes to, I was thinking Zach Connolly, to the coach of the Minnesota Wild. Selke goes to Couturier, the Ryan O'Reilly Award. I'll check Hamilton's potential. Eichel gets to Ted Lindsay as well. Disgusting. But Ovechkin wins the Art Ross for the 3rd consecutive season. How can you win the Art Ross and the Hart? Sorry, the Art Ross and the Maurice Richard, but not the Hart or the Ted Lindsay. Come on. There's an Art Ross trophy, but is there a Bob Ross trophy? Definitely. The Bob Ross trophy this season to the player with the best flow. So let's see. Who's the player with the best flow on this team? Let's see. Dougie Hamilton has a decent flow. Oh, actually, DeBrusk, actually. Probably DeBrusk or Chabot with the best flow. Oh, even Gambrel. Look at Gambrel's right there. Oof, the Bob Ross Award. Even Batherson. The Bob Ross Award would have a lot of contenders. Graves, good hair. That'll be a tough one. It'll probably come down to an art competition. Happy little trophies. Yeah, that's nice. Another thing about Reimer. He accepted that deal on the spot. Next day, accept your generous offer. Bang. That is that respect. All right, let's see who has grown over the offseason, who's been working out with Gary Roberts, who has been eating well, and who's ready for another year. Ovi 93, Stützle 87, Kachuk 89. Lovely. DeBrusk up to an 84. White at an... Oh, Denisenko at an 83. Brown at an 83. Oh, boy. This is good stuff right here. This is good stuff. Defense, Chabot and Hamilton both 90s. Jake Sanderson up to an 80. And Formenton at an 81. Hold on, let's go to roster moves, actually. Let's figure it out here in roster moves. So forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lieutenant Commander Data, the Lieutenant Commander Data Memorial Award for excellence in cat-based poetry when NHL. When will it happen? Oh, I love that hat. That is amazing. A Bob Ross trophy would be awesome, Karis. Exactly. Sorry, let me get back to counting here. I love that though, Hef. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Already we're 2 players over, and that's without calling up Hepanyemi, who's up to an 81. What? We got him at a 79, and he's already an 81. Oh, boy, as a playmaker. Fits the first line perfectly. Defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the system, we have Hewitt at an 81 and even Waugh at an 80. Oh, boy. So our 7th defenseman can be David Savard, but that leaves Zub down in the AHL. Same with Jeremy Waugh. That's crazy. And then goaltending-wise, Decord and Sogard both at 77, and Gustafson at an 84, Reimer at an 82. All right, I like that tandem. That is a very nice tandem. I'll do best lines here. So that puts Josh Norris and Alexei Hepanyemi in the AHL, which is not ideal. Chabot, Hamilton. No, we go Chabot, Brandstrom, Graves, Hamilton, Sanderson, Hewitt. Hewitt fits that first. Oh, good. That's for the future then. That is the future. Hewitt with Chabot or Brandstrom in the future gets a +3. Lovely. And then Sanderson, his fit is best on the 3rd pair. Huh, so I don't know. Maybe Sanderson's not here long term. I don't know. Offense, though. That's a tough one on offense. We're getting ourselves into a jam down here. Because we want to put Formenton on the 3rd line, we said. Brown here. So, sniper, power forward, playmaker. That's a +1. That's a great 3rd line with that +1. Again, Pat. I love that +1. But then look at this. Can we do 85, 82, 82 on the 4th line? I don't think so. It really disturbs me to have that 4th line. So I know we won't have the answers for it today. That'll be a question for everyone for next week to leave in the comments and stuff like that. But just I don't like that, you know? Chabot, Brandstrom, Hamilton, Graves, Sanderson, Hewitt. I think that's okay, despite Savard being a healthy scratch. Foligno and Marlowe, both healthy scratches. And Hepanyemi is in the AHL as well as Josh Norris. Even Vitaly Abramov up to a 79. So I'll fix the chemistry in the AHL later on. And even defense, we have to sign some players. We'll have to sign some guys to help out the AHL. Goalies, Sogard, and Decord. Any scratches? No. Okay, so I'll sign some players for Belleville before next episode. Then we start simulating in a few days, and we'll get him. Also send out the scouts and all that good stuff. So I think that's pretty much it for this week, my friends. The lineup looks like this, and I need your advice heading into next season. What should we do with the lines? There is likely a trade that should be made. Do we trade Colin White? Do we trade White, Gambrel, Batherson, Marlowe, Norris? What's going on over here? There's a lot of options. Because DeBrusk... No, I can't move DeBrusk. I think the top 6 is pretty much a lock. It's just a lock in the top 6. And I love this third line. So, I don't know. Can I really be keeping Colin White as an 85 buried on the 4th line? I can give him penalty kill time to try PK1 to try and make up for it. But, I don't know. We have a good PK for sure. We'll get +3s. +5 here, yeah. I'll work this out another time. So I think that's pretty much it for this one, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed the off-season. It was a good draft. It was a pretty solid free agent period. Just a few changes to make. We got some great new scouts. We have some... Let's see, what's our trade situation looking like? If we were to make some of those trades that I was just referring to, what would we be able to go out and get? In the draft pick situation next season, we have a 1st, 2 2nds, a 4th, 2 5ths, 2 6ths, and a 7th. Hey, no problem, Mark. And just as always, quickly browsing through. I don't know, Ovi has the C. So, I don't know, do we take away the C and give it to Brady? Or do we just keep it as is for the moment? Just quickly going through. Go ahead and pause this on YouTube, watching back if there's anybody you want to look more at. And I can send you pictures even on the Discord server or in the comments. I can tell you more, so let me know. Coburn, Miller, Richie, different Richie, Pareko, Benning. Sorry, just sorting by overall. Connor Zary, Jakob Pelletier, Teravainen, Slavin, Lindholm, Stahl, Nelson, Shea, Niederreiter, Gardner. Everyone in Carolina is up for grabs. Taze, Victor Rask, Kaut, Bufflin, Edler, Pavelski, Bend, Zingle, Gusev, Dadonov, Getzlaff, Grabner, Broberg, McPherson, Noel, Ferk, Cassian, Hyman, Bugstad, Parise, the other Foligno. We could get a Foligno connection going. Hinestroza, Byron, Mark Giordano, Spurgeon, Shattenkirk, Moore, Mayfield, Johns, Robertson, Schneider, Matheson, Ruta, Eric Carlson, Brent Burns, Ben Sherratt, Krug, Shen, Perron, Falk, Gustafson, Juice, and Scandella. Eric Gustafson, huh? Look at this. The washed-up pylon the Canadians got for a 7th, right? 85 overall. Look at this trade value. The disrespect of this man. He is a legend. Sandin. Oh, look at the RFA situation the Leafs are in. Oh, boy. They are just like a 1.3 from the cap. They have Sandin, Engvall, and Malgin. All RFAs. Oh, we're so stacked. But Pierre Engvall for the penalty kill for defense would be defensive stuff. That would be amazing. Pierre Engvall. We could get him probably pretty cheap. 4-star defense, 4.5-star senses. Poor Leafs. Poor Leafs. Sandin. We'll check out free agency in a moment. Even Nick Robertson, though, is on the block. Man, a lot of options there. Jet Wu, Matthew Savoie, Cole Sillinger, Leschizin, Winnipeg, Cole Perfetti on the block. What is going on with these teams putting their best prospects on the block? If we were to go to free agency and offer like a 1-year deal that doesn't make us give up anything, Pierre Engvall for the penalty kill, but it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense for us. Even we go 1 year. Let's say in theory it's like a 1 year, $3.5 million deal. I'm just curious to see what it would be. 3.5 million, something like that. 3.475. We'd have to give up a 2nd round pick. Not bad. 2nd round pick for Pierre Engvall. Malgin. Oh yeah, more clutch than Foligno. The guy who scored a hat trick in Game 7 and the Stanley Cup winning goal. That's a real funny thing you just said, Slim. That's a real funny thing you just said. Rasmus Sandin, 1 year, he only wants 2.7. 2 years, 3.7. And Malgin, he wants, if it was 1 year, 3.7. Okay, just keep that in mind when you're mulling over this episode in your brain. Yeah, Marlowe's still here as depth. And when it comes to the re-sign, for any players who have expiring deals, Alex Ovechkin, well, the money, we have $21.382 million. Ovi wants 1 year at 9.1. We could go, yeah, we could definitely do like 3 years at like 7 point something. I said it, I had to say it. Well, you're absolutely incorrect every way possible. Stützle still wants $15 million. That's insane. But we could go, yeah, 5 years at 8.8 to keep him as an RFA. That would make a lot more sense. Or, wait, hold on, we can go 7 years, but then it'd be a UFA. Even I don't know why at 6 years it's $15 million. Denisenko, he would want 1 year, 1.4. Oh, this is really cheap. We could go 3 years at like 2.2 to keep him as an RFA. Or we could even go into like 4 or 5 years here. Slim, you're just being silly. Stop. Graves, 4.6. You could probably get him down to closer to 4. And Gambrel would be, yeah, like 1.7 or something. So keep that all in mind when you give me your suggestions for this episode. And I think that's just about it. I don't think I need to show you anything else. 75% team fit from Nicholas Hay. Love it. You know, not as fun as last week. No, it could never be. It could never be as fun as last week. So over on YouTube, I'll end it off here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to watch live and giving your suggestions live, you can do that on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, or you can come join the Discord server, link in the description. If you're not already a part of the team, we'd love to have you subscribe and join in with the rest of the clan over here, the crew, the group. We're having a lot of fun together. And it'll be that much more fun with you in it. So if you enjoyed the off-season, if you're enjoying this series, give it a like, and we'd love to see you around. See you later, JK. So that is pretty much it from me. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on everything that I've presented to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.